Bhajanita Gaura Radheshyam Japo Hare Krishna Hare Ram. Bhajanita Gaura Radheshyam Japo Hare Krishna Hare Ram. Jai Mahavira Radha Raman Jai Nitai Jai Gaur Jai Jai Sri Radheshyam. Jai Jai Sri Radheshyam and welcome. Namaste Guru Devaya Sarva Siddhi Pradayine Sarva Magala Rupaya Sarvananda Vidyayine. Thanks to all of you for downloading the PDF file wrote by Jagadananda Das, from where I am taking the biographies and the information of the present series videos, Women Saints in Gaudiya Vaishnavism. As always, an interesting approach to the philosophy and to understand a little bit more those things that are not normally studied by the mass. But it's important to know because this philosophy has its very roots created or supported by female Vaishnavas. Now, there opens a question that still is to be answered properly, not from a sectarian point of view or fanatism, but in which point there Gauranga Mahaprabhu pointed out to keep the line as a Goswami's succession, Guru disciple from Goswami's families, like Brahmins, yes? Does it connect with what we have been studying on Sri Gouranga Mahaprabhu? This is a topic important to study and to understand properly, since it creates, maybe is possible one of the most there are so many topics that are kind of conflicting with the philosophy, taking that Gauranga, in his own words, he say that caste system is an impediment to the path of bhakti, and Varna Ashram, indeed he pointed directly to Varna and Ashram. In his view, as far as my investigation have been, my studies on the life of Sri Gouranga, and his own words, not the explanation of one person or the other person, no, his own words, that Varna Ashram is an impediment, obstacle to bhakti. So here the question arises, and when I am saying why I am saying this is because many devotees have been writing me on this topic and even commenting on the previous videos. So how we get this idea of a caste system like Goswamis? This is a topic that we will address properly and with the due respect and investigation on future videos that will be coming here. And for this, we will of course interview Vaishnavas who belong to those families. So we will hear from first hand in contrast to the Shastras. So we will go as a ping pong of information to realize and to understand like things as simple as who will take fully care, for example, of the deities of our Goswamis, who really will take care of the temples, who will take care of the study of the Granthas, who will take care of this. Normally, to say householders who are connected only with their business, with their work, with their family life. Family life is very demanding for many, so they have no time really to study the Granthas, the Shastras, to keep on this philosophy. They are mainly going to hear some katha, nowadays hearing some katha in YouTube, and that's it. Not much practice, not much sadhana. So who will carry on? And this is exactly, in my point of view, what the family lines, bloodlines from the Purvacharyas, the Goswami families have been doing for the last 500 years. Some people will say or will claim that this is casteism and Jata Goswamis, they say, etc., etc., etc. But yeah, surely there are some families and some people who have been abusing of power. Surely this is human nature and the nature of Maya. We are in the world of Maya, remember this. But we cannot point to all of them by the mistake of one or two, by the apasidanta that some people can hold nowadays. We cannot put all of them in the same bag, to say, right? So we must differentiate the things. Some people do good things, some people do bad things. The people who do bad things, present your respect with distance. Don't associate with them. It's what I have been doing in my life. It's what I did not long ago. I separate from some people because it was a total apasidanta, apasampradaya. Everything was surrendered by offenses and offenses and offenses, ignorance and fanaticism, not helping in the spiritual life, spiritual development of no one, actually. So we must do as Purvacharyas and the Siddha Gurus say, give your respect from distance. Don't associate with them. Our dear Shantan Goswami, speaking about Goswamis and families, said, there where the truth is established, go and associate with them. He said that in one of our interviews. That, by the way, I am waiting for him to return to Vrindavan to create more videos with him. That, by the way, now is traveling. He's in the UK, as far as I know, and he will be visiting South America. So be in tune, be aware that may he will be giving kata lessons nearby your country or in your own country. I think he's going also to America, the United States. So I will keep you posted here on the channel and on my social media. Then yes, these families are like this, and the main characters from the very root and the beginning of Gaudiya Vaishnavism were females. That's why I am doing this research and readings. Second generation of women, Sri Jannava Ishvari. This was what we read previously. We read also about Jannava Ma. Jannava is not the only woman to have manifest such a four-arm form. Stories similar to the one recounted above are also told about two other women in Gaudiya Vaishnava history. Nityananda's powerful disciple Abhiram Thakur married a Muslim girl, Rami. Remember that we read this in the previous video in the episode number 2. Virabhadra was not Jannava's only important disciple. Other disciples of the extinction began with Ramachandra Goswami, grandson of Vamshi Badananda Thakur. Ramachandra was adopted by Jannava after she gave the benediction to his father that he will have 2 sons. When the second son was born, when Ramachandra was 11 or 12 years old, Jannava took him to live with her. Perhaps Jannava's most significant contribution was to the organization and character of Bengali Vaishnavism, as it endeavored to deal with the theological sophistication of the Vrindavan Goswamis. Jannava, doubtless impressed by the culture of the new leaders of the movement and the learning they had received at the hands of Jiva Goswami, Jai Ho, decided to go herself to Braj and witness firsthand the development that had taken place there. It was Jannava's adopted son and disciple Ramachandra Goswami who developed the theology of Ananga Manjari in his short work Ananga Manjari Samputka. By the way, I have the grant with me in case that you would like that I do open a study on this, so I can share my insights and research on this text, and we can read it here in the channel. If you would like to hear about this, then let me know in the comment section below, and I will be happy to read it for you and all the blessed souls who have the capacity to understand these topics. By the way, you know what we have to do now? To do what is correct. Do what is correct. Give like. Subscribe to my channel, help me to keep spreading the Gaudiya Vaishnavism, the philosophy, the core philosophy of Gaudiyas, the Purvacharyas' very life. So subscribe to my channel and share. When you comment on my channel, YouTube will take it as a good thing, so it will show my videos to other people, and other people can get clear information about Gaudiya Vaishnavism. And maybe by your help and all my subscribers, we can save thousands, if not millions of souls or from getting trapped in the web of darkness and ignorance. So help me out to do it. It's not enough that you are watching and enjoying the content. You have to be active. Gaudiya Vaishnavism, the movement of Mahaprabhu, was to be active, to do the things. Remember, renunciation without anything, doing nothing, to try to do nothing is ignorance, based on the words of Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. But he encouraged us to act. And now I am telling you, if you are supporting this philosophy, if you are a supporter of the Shuddha philosophy of Gaudiyas without deviations, then help me out. Like, subscribe, leave comments, share on social media. This way, people will hear what is what, and not only preaching ideas, but they will hear the philosophy of Gauranga. So do it now. Do what is correct. Ananga Manjari has an ontologically special status in that she is both a Manjari or maidservant to Radha and Saki, who enjoys dalliances with Krishna in her own right. Furthermore, she is the consort of Balaram on the one hand, and identical with him in the metaphysical sleight of hand known to Vaishnava theologians, which states that a power and its possessor are not distinguishable. Thus, Balaram Nityananda, who enjoys his own Ras Lila with gopis attached erotically to him, also enjoys access to a superior Ras Lila enjoyed by Krishna through his presence there in the form of Ananga Manjari. This bit of theological contortionism arises direct out of Jannava's conversion to the higher standards of devotion established by the Vrindavan Goswamis. We are speaking about the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. In order to give legitimacy to his line, it was now necessary to show that Nityananda, who had always been understood to possess the friendly mood Shakyabhav, was also private to the erotic moods as well Madhurya Bhav. If Chaitanya had come to distribute this type of love to all humans who had never before had access to it, then how could his most intimate associate and primary distributory agent be deprived of it? Let's get it all together. Ananga Manjari is Nityananda Ram. Ananga Manjari is Balaram. Nityananda Prabhu is Balaram in the Braj Lila. And Balaram is expanded as Ananga Manjari. Ananga Manjari, Nityananda Ram, and Balaram are the same. Alright? 3 plenary absolute manifestation. So Nityananda Ram, since he's in Sakyabhav with Sri Gouranga Mahaprabhu, he is not in a Madhurya state, Madhurya Ras, right? So the idea here will come to then Nityananda does not possess Madhurya Ras. This can be the question here, right? Because he is the friend of Gauranga. Now I will disclose one very private thing of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. All the intimate associates of Gauranga have not only Sakyabhav, not only friendly relation with Gauranga. All the inhabitants of Nadia, all the inhabitants of Navadvip were in love with Sri Gouranga Mahaprabhu. Madhurya Bhav is not only in Braj Lila, is also in Navadvip Lila. They all are in love with Sri Gouranga Mahaprabhu, and not in an Aishvaric love, to say, in love, I love God, you know. No, in love, really in love. All the females of Navadvip were in love with Sri Gouranga Mahaprabhu. Everybody was in love with Sri Gouranga Mahaprabhu. This does not mean that on an erotic level, but in real love with him. So there is this twist, but at the same time, Nityananda Prabhu, who is the very Balaram, is expanded or is the eternal sister of Radharani, And therefore, Nityananda Prabhu, through the eternal form of Ananga Manjari, is enjoying Kantavav with Krishna. And at the same time, is Manjari is the best friend and the direct sister of Srimati Radharani. So this elevate the image of Nityananda, understanding his full lila, his full manifestation, his full being, to say, to a supreme level. So Nityananda is not only there, it's not ending in Gaura Lila. That, by the way, the eternal Lila, Gaura Lila, is different than the Gaura Lila in Bauma Vrindavan. But if I speak about this now, half of you will jump from a bridge. Many people have been saying about this Sahajiyas this, Sahajiyas that, but if you will really know what is the Navadvip Bhav, Navadvip Lila in the Nitya Navadvip Lila, you know, the Navadvip Lila, if many of you surely does not know this, is eternal. As there is a Nitya Lila Goloka Vrindavan, there is a Navadvip Lila as well. Navadvip Loka, to say. And the mood that is there is high level as Braj Lila. But in Navadvip Lila there is no Radha and Krishna. There is Gaura. Just this. Okay, let's continue and to finish here. This bit of theological contortionism arises directly out of Jagnava's conversion to the highest standard of devotion established by the Vrindavan Goswamis, that is Madhurya Bhav, in order to give legitimacy, what a word, find a different word, to show that the line is bona fide. It was now necessary to show that Nityananda, who had always been understood to possess the friendly mood Sakyabhav, was also privy to the erotic mood as well, Madhura Bhav. If Chaitanya had come to distribute this type of love to all humans who had never before had access to it, then how could his most intimate associate and primary distributory agent be deprived of it? Not possible. Virabhadra's wife Shubhadra Devi wrote a Sanskrit hymn called Ananga Kadambavali, which consists of 100 verses in glorification of Jahnava. This work has been lost, but a single verse of it has been preserved in the Murali Vilasa and is cited in Haridas Gaudiya Vaishnava Abhidhana 5. It is not unlike it that Jahnava encouraged female learning, for literacy amongst Vaishnava women was maintained at a higher level than amongst other women of Bengal society. Donna Wolf pointed out that Vaishnava women ascetics in the 19th and 20th centuries were leaders of female literacy, much more so than those who belonged to other Hindu sects. So Vaishnavis were the intellectual force of Bengal, and this seems to be Shakti manifest from Jahnava. We will continue by tomorrow with this great work. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to do what is correct. Chant your rounds, chant the Mahamantra in Japa as Sri Gouranga Mahaprabhu have been prescribing. And of course, we will meet tomorrow again. See you tomorrow. Mahavira Raman ki jai, Jai Nitai Jai Gaur, Jai Jai Sri Radheshyam.
Bhajo Nitai Gaura Radheshyam, Japo Hare Krishna Hare Ram. Bhajo Nitai Gaura Radheshyam, Japo Hare Krishna Hare Ram. Jai Mahavira Radha Raman, Jai Nitai Jai Gaur, Jai Jai Sri Radheshyam.